Have you ever wondered why the liberation of Belgrade in 1944 holds such a significant place in the annals of World War II history? Let's dive into this captivating chapter of the past, where courage, collaboration, and the pursuit of freedom took center stage. To comprehend the significance of Belgrade's liberation, we must first understand its strategic importance during the Second World War. Situated at the crossroads of Central and Southeast Europe, Belgrade was a prized possession for the Axis powers. An architectural marvel and a cultural hub, this city was more than just a geographical entity. It was a symbol of spirit and resilience, a beacon of hope in the dark times of war. In 1941, this beacon dimmed as the Axis powers occupied Belgrade. The city was held captive, its people oppressed, and freedom seemed like a distant dream. But hope, as they say, is the last thing ever lost. Amidst the despair, the seeds of resistance were sown. Enter the players who would turn the tide in this theater of war: the Soviet forces and the Yugoslav partisans. The Soviet forces, led by the indomitable spirit of Marshal Tito, were a formidable presence on the Eastern Front. Their military prowess was complemented by the Yugoslav partisans, a group of resistance fighters whose unyielding determination to liberate their homeland made them a force to be reckoned with. United by a common goal, these forces embarked on a mission that was more than just a military campaign. It was a fight for freedom, a struggle to reclaim what was rightfully theirs. The liberation of Belgrade was the focal point of this struggle, a pivotal event that symbolized the triumph of collaboration over division, of resilience over oppression, and of freedom over tyranny. And thus sets the stage for a dramatic turn of events that would forever change the course of history. As we delve deeper into this narrative, we'll see how this joint effort marked a significant moment in the resistance against Axis occupation, shaping the course of World War II and leaving an indelible mark on the annals of history. In order to understand the liberation, we must first traverse the path that led to it. It all began in the early 40s, when the Axis powers, led by Germany, Italy, and Hungary, cast a dark shadow over Yugoslavia. The capital, Belgrade, came under control of the Axis forces, marking the beginning of a period of harsh occupation and repression. The city's once vibrant streets were now filled with the ominous rumble of military vehicles, its people living in the shadow of fear. But even in the darkest of times, the spirit of resistance flickered. The Yugoslav partisans, a multi-ethnic anti-fascist resistance group led by Josip Broz Tito, came into being. Composed of ordinary men and women, these partisans were united by a common goal: the liberation of their homeland. They fought tooth and nail, their determination unwavering despite the overwhelming odds. As the partisans waged their guerrilla war, a powerful ally was emerging in the East. The Soviet Union, under the leadership of Joseph Stalin, was pushing back the Axis forces on the Eastern Front. The Red Army, battle-hardened and determined, was making its way towards the heart of Europe. In the autumn of 1944, the Soviet forces reached the borders of Yugoslavia. Recognizing the partisans as the legitimate resistance, the Soviets extended a hand of cooperation. The two forces, bound by a shared enemy and a shared goal, joined hands. The Red Army brought with it an overwhelming force, but it was the knowledge of the local terrain and the unwavering spirit of the partisans that would prove invaluable in the liberation of Belgrade. In the face of this united front, the Axis powers braced themselves. The city of Belgrade, once the symbol of Axis domination, was now the stage for a decisive confrontation. The battle lines were drawn, the stakes were high, and the outcome would determine the future of Yugoslavia. The stage was set, the players were ready, and the world held its breath as the battle for liberation unfolded. The Battle of Belgrade was not just a fight for territory. It was a fight for freedom, for dignity, and for the future of a nation. The clash that would eventually lead to the liberation of Belgrade was a complex dance of strategy, resilience, and raw bravery. It was not merely a military operation, but a testament to the indomitable spirit of the Yugoslav partisans and the Soviet forces, who stood shoulder to shoulder against the oppressive grip of the Axis powers. The Soviet forces, led by the seasoned Marshal Fyodor Tolbukin, used a well-coordinated strategy that centered on encircling the city to cut off the enemy's retreat and supply routes. Such a move required precise execution and a deep understanding of the terrain. a task that the Soviets proved more than capable of handling. In parallel, the Yugoslav partisans, under the leadership of Marshal Josip Broz Tito, adopted guerrilla warfare tactics, leveraging their intimate knowledge of the local terrain to launch surprise assaults on the enemy. They were the heart and soul of the resistance, their determination fueled by the desire to liberate their homeland. But the path to victory was far from smooth. The Axis forces, aware of the strategic importance of Belgrade, had fortified the city with heavy artillery and a dense network of trenches and bunkers. The city's natural geography, marked by the confluence of two major rivers, added to the challenging terrain. Yet the Soviet and Yugoslav forces met these challenges head-on. They navigated the treacherous terrain, braved enemy fire, and overcame logistical hurdles with a singular focus: to free Belgrade. Each day brought new struggles, but also new opportunities to outmaneuver the enemy. The Soviets and partisans showed incredible resilience and adaptability, turning the tide of battle in their favor. The turning point came when the Soviet and partisan forces launched a synchronized attack on the city, combining their strengths to break through the Axis defenses. The Soviets, with their heavy artillery and well-trained infantry, drew the enemy's attention, allowing the partisans to infiltrate the city and disrupt the enemy's lines from within. The final assault on Belgrade was a grueling battle that lasted several days. Despite the heavy casualties and the seemingly insurmountable defenses, the Soviet and partisan forces pushed forward with unwavering determination. They fought not just with guns and grenades, but with a spirit that refused to bow to oppression. And finally, their perseverance paid off. The Axis defenses crumbled, their soldiers surrendered, and the city of Belgrade was liberated. It was a moment of triumph, a testament to the power of collaboration and the unyielding desire for freedom. As the smoke cleared, a new dawn broke over Belgrade, a city now free from the shackles of the Axis powers. The liberation of Belgrade was not just an end, but a beginning. With the smoke of battle still lingering in the air, the city of Belgrade breathed a sigh of relief. The chains of Axis occupation had been broken and the citizens of Belgrade were free once again, yet this was more than a moment of local triumph. The liberation of Belgrade marked a turning point in World War II, a beacon of hope that cast its light on the remaining events of the war. In the immediate aftermath, the Soviet forces and the Yugoslav partisans stood shoulder to shoulder, a symbol of unity against the dark tide of oppression. This joint victory echoed across the globe, bolstering the morale of the Allies and paving the way for subsequent victories. It was a clear message to the world. Collaboration and unity were the keys to overcoming the most formidable of adversaries. But the liberation of Belgrade was not just a pivotal moment in the war. It was also a catalyst for change in Yugoslavia and the world at large. The shared victory fostered a sense of camaraderie and mutual respect between the Soviet Union and Yugoslavia, shaping their future relations. It also set the stage for the establishment of the Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia in 1945, charting a new course for the region. Moreover, the liberation of Belgrade underscored a crucial lesson about the human spirit. It demonstrated that when people rally together, even in the face of overwhelming odds, they can achieve the extraordinary. This powerful lesson continues to resonate today, inspiring countless individuals and nations to stand up against oppression and fight for their freedom. In the liberation of Belgrade, we find a testament to the power of unity, the strength of resolve, and the enduring flame of freedom. The liberation of Belgrade in 1944 was more than a military victory. It was a beacon of hope in a world at war. As we've journeyed through this tale of resilience and courage, we've seen how the Soviet forces, hand in hand with the Yugoslav partisans, turned the tide against the Axis occupation. This joint effort was not just a strategic maneuver, but a symbol of collaboration, a testament to the desire for freedom that resonated across the globe. The Battle for Belgrade was a pivotal moment in World War II, one that not only altered the course of the conflict, but also left an enduring mark on history. Its significance extends beyond the confines of the war, serving as a stark reminder of the power of unity against oppressive forces. As we reflect on the events of the past, we are reminded of the power of unity and the indomitable spirit of humanity. Till next time, keep questioning, keep learning, and never forget the lessons history teaches us.